Hey, what up guys? I'm here with my girl Flexus Lexus today.
Hey guys.
And I just wanted to do a quick video on some topics in the fitness industry now. Gym douchery and other things, but I wanted to get it on a female perspective. So I'm just going to ask her a couple things, and she was nice enough to come do this interview with me today. So first off, why don't you talk about how you got started, because you obviously were not this built.
In the fitness industry? It's kind of ironic. So I actually got started years and years ago in high school because I was built like, you know, broad shoulders, narrow waist, no butt. I just wanted to be kind of skinny. So I started running, and that obviously did not go very well. I had horrible, horrible knee pain.
You were cardio chick?
I tried. You know, I tried. I really tried. So I just wanted to be skinny, and I wanted to be in shape, and ultimately, through a string of just crazy events, ended up lifting weights, and ultimately found myself in a strongman competition, and then fell in love with the concept of lifting and powerlifting and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
this girl's a beast. Why don't you tell them how much you can deadlift, squat, and press?
Okay, so
run us through it.
My best meat lifts, because nothing else matters unless it's done on the platform. 380 deadlift, 214 bench, and then I did a 365 squat.
See, ladies, there it is. You can do it too.
Absolutely.
Don't give me that girl push-up. I don't even like that word. All right, so anyway, so I'm going to start about, I did a video on proprietary blends the other day.
Perfect.
So let's start with that. What's your take on it, and why do you think people do it?
You mean in the supplement industry as a whole? So there's a lot of misconceptions regarding supplementation, and there's actually a lot of things that people don't know. So when it comes to supplementation, unfortunately, supplement companies, and fortunately I don't have any of those that I personally work with, but there's a lot of supplement companies that take advantage of the people that are trying to get in shape. So what they do is they put a list of ingredients on them, but don't actually put the amounts in that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And so they'll claim that it does something, but it's never enough to actually be effective. For example, citrulline is a really popular one.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that expensive. However, you need upwards of, and I mean, I'm not a pharmacologist, so I don't really know the exact amount. It's just me, my personal experience. But you need upwards of like 5 grams. 4 to 5 grams in a serving to truly be effective and get the vasodilation effect that you would need.
Yeah.
And most of the times when it's in a proprietary blend, if the scoop is really, really small and it says it has citrulline and all this other kind of stuff in it,
yeah, there's no way.
There's
Just in that little scoop. No way, guys.
So actually, a bigger scoop is a little bit more conducive to having more stuff in it. And I'm really grateful for YouTubers, especially, and for other fitness enthusiasts who have actually encourage supplement industries to put the amounts on the labels and actually kind of push people into making what's actually in the product and what's listings in the product. So it's been kind of nice as far as that goes.
And I just looked at pre-workout I had the other day, and I turned the label over, and it didn't even show how much caffeine's in there. It just says the 2 types of caffeine, but not how much is in there. So I was like, luckily I can handle my caffeine, but if you are sensitive to caffeine, your ass is going to be hurting.
But here's something good to know too. If there is a proprietary blend and you do like a pre-workout, oftentimes the way that it works is they'll list the most amount, so the ingredient that has the most amount first. So if you know the caffeine is like the 4th or 5th ingredient, it's not going to be as much as maybe the first 2. I've noticed beta-alanine is often one that's listed first. Beta-alanine, caffeine anhydrous, and then just kind of, you can gauge from there just how much caffeine is really in a pre-workout. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I just did a video on that too. That's pretty much what I was saying too. You don't know what you're really getting, especially if you're a drug-tested athlete or something. Like who the hell knows what's in there?
Fortunately, they've been really hammering down on like things such as dimethylalanine. I mean, from one standpoint, I understand that dimethylalanine in studies actually doesn't affect the heart. However, as bad as normal caffeine. However, it does pop hot on like a drug-tested athlete. And so just being aware, you know, they've been trying to hone down on it, but there's still, you never really know.
Yeah.
So just be careful. Talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
And,
like her.
Hey, I try to. I do my own self-study.
Yeah.
So.
All right, keto diet.
Keto diet. Actually, I got into the keto diet. That was actually one of the first diets I really learned about. So before I knew anything about fitness, really, and I first got into lifting, I only knew about 2 supplements. The first one was a multivitamin. The second one was a BCAA. And the third thing that I knew about from personal experience was the ketogenic diet. So a ketogenic diet is a diet that is high in fats, moderately protein based, and then very, very low carbohydrate intake. So typically speaking, the human body responds first to carbohydrates as for its form of energy. So what a keto diet does is it encourages the body to switch over from carbs to fats as the primary energy source, therefore inducing more fat loss in the process. So that's the idea.
Yeah. And she's absolutely right, guys, but like my video I did a few weeks ago, you can't do it when you're having like 400 grams of fat. It probably won't work that well.
Absolutely not. And I mean, some people will need 400 grams of fat, but
yeah, if you're a big-ass dude.
If you weigh 300 pounds of sheer, big, pure muscle, if you want to preserve that muscle tissue, but however, it's usually
not a 135-pound female. That shit's not going to work, guys.
No.
Okay, speaking of food then, what's your take on cheat meals? Are they necessary and how often? Because sometimes people use that word loosely.
They do. Cheat meals are actually incredibly, incredibly important to when utilized effectively. So I actually am a proponent of, I don't believe that there are good foods and bad foods. I just believe in moderately intaking others. And there are some that you should have more of and some that you should have less of. So especially when you're on a calorie restricted diet and you're trying to get muscular, and you're trying to really enhance and change your physique, oftentimes on a low calorie diet, your glycogen stores will, right? So a cheat meal actually encourages your body to replenish those glycogen stores and get that fullness and that muscularity that you would need. There's a lot of times that bodybuilders right after a show, so they've been depleting themselves, they got down to like 6 or 4, you know, in the single digit body fat percentages, and they kind of step on stage looking flat. And then afterwards, they're like down in all this sugar and crap, and then all of a sudden, they look better the next week.
Right.
It's because they, in turn, gave themselves like that extra little boost as far as glycogen is concerned.
Right.
However, you guys, if you're only going to the gym 5 times a week, moderately working out, I mean, it's kind of based on your progress. If you didn't lose any weight that week, if your energy levels are still high, if you're able to sleep well, that's probably a sign that you really didn't push yourself as hard as you need to. And I would actually dare say that 90% of us aren't truly honest when it comes to gauging our own athletic performance. So don't just say I earned it. Actually listen to the numbers, listen to your trainer, look at how your weight's dropped, look at how you're feeling, and ask yourself, do I really need this cheat meal? There's actually been studies that have shown that a cheat day could actually hinder your progress by like, gosh, I can't remember the exact number, but it could set you back upwards of 20% of what you could have been. So especially if you're trying to lose weight by summer and you're trying, I have people come to me all the time, can I lose like 20 pounds before June? I'm like, well, don't have a cheat day, and it might be possible-ish.
And we said cheat meal, not day.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And the best times to have them actually are right after your workout, because then, hello, it's going straight to the muscle tissue. It's going to be way better for you anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite, donkey kicks with no weight for glute development.
That's really cute. That's really cute.
Just tell them real quick, do you like them?
I like donkey kicks, sure.
Air donkey kicks? See, this is where me and her butt heads all the time. No, I hate the donkey kick.
Not necessarily. Okay, listen. If you're an old lady, serious mobility issues.
There you go.
And you're working on your stabilization, physical therapy, but I guarantee most people that are watching this are not over the age of 65 with serious glute and hip problems.
That's a great answer.
So therefore,
it has its place.
Exactly. Actually, I do kickbacks all the time. Like, let's get real, that's actually one fantastic way to really develop a rounder butt.
But with weight.
Yeah, but I'm putting a little thing on 90 pounds. Like, I'm doing 90 to 100 pounds with one leg.
Oh, is that it?
Controlling the way back. I know.
Dude.
I know.
You gotta step your game up, man.
Maybe my butt would be better if I actually did real weight.
So there you go, guys. If you're healthy, young, mobile, and working out, then add some weight to those glute exercises.
And ladies, Kate, let's get real. It's very unlikely that you're going to get super duper 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 big and muscly and manly just by lifting more weight. It's actually very, very unlikely. You got to take into account that you don't have as much testosterone running through your body. You're not going to be eating enough to really look that way. And just your physiology, and as a female, you are not going to look that way. It's just as simple as that. It's actually going to only enhance your female features.
Yeah. All right, guys, another big topic out there, the fake natties. What's your opinion on people being fake natties? Is it right? Is it wrong? Or do they have a point?
Okay, so let's first define fake natty.
Yeah, let the people know what that means.
I think I have a different idea of a fake natty than you do. What exactly is... So to me, a fake natty is somebody who claims they're not using steroids or anything.
Yes.
Okay.
But I get it, though, because a lot of those people that are fake natties are getting paid from companies to advertise and stuff. They can't say, yeah, I do illegal shit. You know what I mean? So I kind of get it, dude. So I don't know. What do you think?
You know...
Because if I had a paycheck coming in, because the way I looked, I'm not telling anyone anything.
There's a certain level of discretion that has to be maintained. Right. But if you are an athlete that is using an illegal substance and you are getting, because you're totally right, like there is that paycheck coming in. However, there are some athletes out there that are like proclaiming on the top of their lungs like they are steroid free and they aren't using anything. And it's like, dude, there's no way you can get that vascular, that grainy, that lean. Especially when a girl says it. I'm like, dude.
Right.
Dude.
Dude.
No, that's not how that works. Like, come on, don't... And also, here's the other thing, you guys. Guess what? As with any type of supplements, just because somebody takes steroids doesn't mean that they're naturally just all of a sudden going to grow. Somebody who takes steroids or does those types of things or takes those genetically enhancing substances have to work harder because their protein synthesis goes through the roof, their testosterone is going through the roof. If they don't eat enough, they're going to actually cause themselves more damage long term because they're not taking care of themselves. So just keep that in mind. What I don't like about them the most is how they demonize people that do use, because they still have to put in just as much work, if not more. Yeah,
that's the worst, is when someone, you know, is using and then people discredit their work because they just think that they inject something and it just bubbles up overnight.
Exactly. You still have Lance Armstrong, I'm sorry, still won the Tour de France. He still did it 5 times. You know, he got his, you know, his whatever, his medals taken away from him, sure, and I understand why, but that still doesn't change the fact that he freaking won the Tour de France with cancer.
Right, no doubt.
Yeah. Here's another question for you. Do you think any of us would have the guts, if we had cancer, to actually do that, regardless of what we were taking?
Yeah, probably not.
No. And so I just say, use your discretion. I don't want to say that I'm I'm encouraging people to use them at all. But let's realize that everybody's an athlete. Everybody is doing something, and everybody's working really, really freaking hard. Whatever you used to get there, that's on you, and that's your own choice. Don't demonize or condemn somebody else because they're using something that you're not going to take. Like, just accept your results and stop comparing yourself to other people. Right.
And on the other hand, I know when I was in Sacramento, there was a bunch of people at the gym I worked at that were on gear, and they looked like shit. So it doesn't even mean you automatically look good either.
Oh my hell. Like,
they look like a swollen zit. Like, it looks terrible, dude.
Well, and full disclosure, like, I knew some people back in Utah that were taking steroids, but here's the other thing: they never put on a pound of muscle. They never looked any different because they weren't eating enough, and also because they were using other recreational drugs too. Yeah. So it's
not a miracle drug.
It's not. It enhances your genetic capabilities. It makes you that much more capable.
It helps.
But it's like any type of supplement. It's going to help. Granted, they do have a little bit more of that help, but nonetheless, still, don't discredit somebody's work. Come on. They're artists. They're athletes. Come on, give them a break.
So
and don't be fake.
Yeah, don't discredit them, but also don't think that you're going to look like them because you believe that they're natural either. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to, man. Oh, and that's fine. Who cares? It's
like Arnold used to always say. People would go to him and say, "I don't want to look like you," and he's like, "Trust me, you never will."
Yeah, you're not going to.
Like, you're never going to, and that's his way of saying you're never going to have the work ethic, the drive, anything to look the way I do, and it's actually true.
I mean, I'm 39 and I look like I work out on a Bowflex, so it's like.
You know, guys look super hot. So.
Yeah, hey, just saying, dude. All right, the fake natty's out of the way. Stringer tank tops in the gym. What's your take on stringers? On people who should not be wearing stringers?
Yeah, let's talk about stringers.
Man thongs.
Oh dear gosh. Okay, so let's go back a little bit to gym clothes in general. So when you go back into, I like to go all old school. Weider, Training Arnold, and Lou Ferrigno, and Franco Columbo, all those really cool guys. The clothing that they wore was actually designed to help them in the gym. Because remember, they are artists, and they will, like Kai Green is a perfect example of this. They all regard themselves as artists, shaping their physique. So Weider used to put Arnold Schwarzenegger in short shorts because he had shitty legs. So constantly having to look at his legs made him want to develop them that much more. So like the same thing goes with stringers and stuff. If you're going to wear them, first of all, make sure that you're wearing them for a purpose. And second of all, don't be a douchebag about them. You're not better than somebody else because you're wearing a stringer. No. You're not in better shape because you're wearing a stringer. And don't try to puff up your chest and be more strong than me and bigger than me because you're wearing a stringer. Clothing isn't magical.
And she'll outlift you 9 times out of 10, guys. Trust me. Seriously, dude.
Or at least my biceps and traps will be bigger.
Her fucking traps are off the charts, dude.
For the most part.
All right, we'll close up with one more gym douchery. People who superset or claim multiple machines when it's fucking busy or after work crowd, and then they walk over like, no, bro, I'm still on that, but they were, you know, doing lat pull downs 30 yards down the gym there.
Come on, gym etiquette,
guys. Dude, guys, seriously.
Gym freaking etiquette. If you're doing I've done triceps before.
Yeah, absolutely, we all have.
If you're doing a superset anyway, typically speaking, your reps are going to be, like your rep range is going to be higher, your sets are going to be higher, yes, but your rest in between them is also going to be like lower, substantially. So realistically speaking, be polite, be nice, let somebody cut in. I guarantee that that extra 30 seconds of them being on the machine is not going to hinder your workout or your progress that
You'll look the exact same.
Yeah.
And if you superset, try to do it on the same fucking machine. Like I like to do like side laterals and lat pull downs. You can take the dumbbells to the lat pull down, and you're not bouncing around. You know what I mean? Like do smart supersets, not claiming multiple fucking big machines. You know what I mean?
Like my least favorite thing is when there was a guy at the gym once who had 4 sets of dumbbells. And he was just...
Come on, dude.
I was like, dude, I need some of those. He's like, no, I'm using them. Like, no,
all 4 of them. I read this on bodybuilding.com that I need all 4 sets.
Okay, maybe you...
Are all 4 done?
You know what? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you do. But for God's sake, put it back and move on to the next one and let other people use it. This isn't your gym. And until the day where you can invest the 50 grand or whatever to buy your own gym, you can share.
Yeah, share, guys. Be cool about it. And be polite to the ladies when they come in the gym, because a lot of them are intimidated and they all need to be lifting just like you guys do. So
absolutely.
Anyway, Alexis, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah.
You want to give a shout out to your Instagram and all that? Or?
Sure. If you want to follow me, it's Flexin. It's flexin.flexis. You could also follow me on Facebook. It's Flexin with Flexis. That's actually where I take some online clients and stuff too, very minimally. And then I'm also coming out with a SoundCloud podcast.
Yeah,
it's called Midnight Drive, or like the hash, like what is the URL name is actually The Real Flexis. So it's like literally unedited, raw. Me just talking, because I tend to like at midnight, I'll go on these drives and just talk to myself. So it's just me talking about things that I think about. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, check this girl out, man. She's a beast, guys. She's super fucking cool. Thanks, yeah, there you guys go. We're out of here. Bye.